Hello everybody and welcome to a train simulator video. Today we should be taking a look at the Birmingham Cross City line, which was just introduced on the day of recording, which was Friday the 19th of March 2021. So we are going to do the fourth scenario in the six that are available to us, which will allow us to go the full length from Lichfield Trent Valley to Bromsgrove. So it should take us about an hour and a half, might be a little bit longer. This being a first impressions video, I want to take a good look at the trains and stations on the route as well. So we'll see how we go. So without further ado, let's click start. Shouldn't take too long to load, especially with the recent fast load command line update. There we are. So good afternoon driver, please release the doors and get the train ready to depart on time at 13:50. The line is quiet at this time and there are no reported problems, so this should be a nice and easy run to Bromsgrove. To have a look at your timetable before departure. Have a nice trip. So if we just press T to open the doors. Now I have looked at the manual prior to opening this up, just so we know what we're getting ourselves into. We actually have an Armstrong powerhouse style set up here, so we need to, which is quite nice because it adds a bit more functionality. So if we press Shift and W to turn our master key, then we press S to put the train into gear, and we acknowledge the automatic warning system. Control D activates and deactivates the vigilance device. It's already set for us, so we don't need to do that. And then if we just press H to turn on our headlights, the destination displays are also altered with F7 and F8 accordingly. Though if we just move outside here, we can see that it's already set for us at Bromsgrove. So what I'll do is I shall just briefly pause the game so we can just take a look. The train that we have is the Class 323 electric multiple unit. It was built by Hunslet and first introduced to service in 1994, though teething problems delayed full squadron service for a further year. So there was about, if I just check my notes, there's about 43 free car sets built, 26 of which were allocated to the West Midlands and 18 are required to work the Cross City line. The 17 remaining units were allocated to the northwest to replace elderly Class 304 and 305s and can be seen working services between Manchester, Crewe and Liverpool. So we have the 323 in London Midland livery with the city branding as well, which is nice to see. London Midland was the previous incumbent. The Cross City line is now worked by West Midlands Trains, which is part of the London North Western family. So immediately we've got actually it's quite a decent looks quite a decent model. Like the I'm liking the detailing so far. But I just need to unpause the game and go to free cam mode. There we go. So we can actually move about. Just take a look at the bogies. This is probably not the best place to have a look because of the way the lighting is at the moment. That looks quite nice. I've got my Xbox controller linked up as well for smoother camera movements. Just checking between the coaches. Nice linkage there with the cables there. Some high quality texturing on the stickers as well for unit information. Pantograph looks good. Rear end looks good as well. Just quickly see the internals on the exterior model. These are very highly detailed. GSMR there as well. believe Wagons worked on the cab for 323, and I think the rest of the model was done by Dovetail Games. Like the detailing in the saloons as well, inside the carriages. That's good. Yeah, so that looks quite nice. Just briefly go down to have a look at the West Coast Mainline platforms at Trent Valley. It's all fairly basic here. I like the stonework here as well, although it is partially obscured by these benches here. Very high quality image there as well on the stonework. Bus type waiting shelters down here as well. Brick shelter there. We've got some platform clutter with bins and wheelchair ramps as well. I've just noticed there's a floating lamppost here. Someone forgot to move it down when they were putting the station in. Do want to quickly have a look at the signal box here at Lichfield Trent Valley. Tracks continue beyond here towards Burton, which is used by line is used by freight. The signal box looks quite nice. Like the warm paintwork on the handrails for the stairs. I think it's supposed to be London North Western signal box. If we just swing the camera around rather slowly, you can see the non-electrified link with the West Coast Mainline below there. So I think what we shall do now is we shall just unpause the game. We'll go straight into the cab and we shall get ready to move. That's the vigilance device. Like the little foot pedal sound there. I think that's quite good. We reply to the guard with C key. Got a 25-mile-an-hour limit for the crossover. I will say that the when we replied to the guard, the buzzer was a bit quiet there. Horn sounds a bit pants, to be honest. A bit badly looped there. have to slow right down to 20 now. Brakes are quite strong on these. Accelerate rather quickly as well. Stop about here and open the doors. Just going to go into free cam and pause the game, so we'll just take a quick look at Lichfield City Station, which is our first stop. Looks quite nice so far, like the flowers there, and the wooden benches. Just take a quick look at the ironwork as well, and the station canopy. And 2D images, which is alright, that's fine. Not too bad. Got the waiting shelter there in, I think it's a wooden weatherboard. Actually go down in the subway here as well. Rip off newspaper brand there, shonk. But here we are at the station entrance. Building looks quite grand. I like the detailing in the brickwork. Station sign is just looks a little bit 3D-ish, I think. That looks alright. So I'll just unpause the game now. We'll go back into the cab. We'll get going to the next station. We're still 20 miles per hour. Next station stop is at Shemstown. It's about 3 miles away. limit is now 45, but it's due to go up to 60. Traction brake controller sounds rather quiet. Probably expecting a little bit of a louder clunk to come from the movement of a handle. Just had to drop down to 55 miles an hour for this sharp curve. Line speed is now 60. Just got to watch the train speed here as we are on a falling gradient. Okay, so here we are at Shemstown Station. Just going to go to free cam mode and just have another quick look around here. Just pause the game in a second. I like the station building here. Looks quite nice. Like the detailing in the brickwork. Station sign looks good as well. It's a 3D model. Got the TfL branded ticket machine there as well. We've been out here as well. Like the handrails look good. Got like a little paper style bin, plastic bag style bin here as well. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go to the external view and we're going to run to the next station from the outside so we can get an idea of what the train sounds like externally. So here we are at Blake Street. Quite a residential area, I think. We're on a higher level, like at Lichfield City. Just pause the game so we can take a quick look. Just got a basic brick building here outside the station for the entrance. So I think it's just reached by the stairs. Covered way. Got some lights in as well. Nice attention to detail there, I think. Can walk underneath the line here as well, which is quite nice. Post box out here as well. And the station sign just simply on top of a canopy there. That's the entrance and exit on the other platform. Got accessibility ramps here as well. So I'll just unpause the game now. Get a departing shot. Okay, so I'm not really impressed by with the sounds, unfortunately. They've got the initial traction motor whine, but it's going off in fits and starts, like very glitchy fits and starts. There's no definition or sense of movement gained from the run sounds. I mean, in the background now I can hear this droning whine, which sounds a lot like how the underground train sounded like in Microsoft Train Simulator. Here we are at Butler's Lane. Station's distance between the station was quite short there. Most of the stations on the Cross City line are rather basic, with the probably New Street being the sole exception, with it being the big station that it is. One thing I am liking is the detailing around the stations, from what we've seen so far anyway. Door animation was far too fast there and out of sync with the alarm. Yeah, I know it's quite difficult for Dovetail, let alone Armstrong Powerhouse, to get some proper sounds at the moment, but Dovetail could have done much better than this. We should have done much better than this. I mean, even like some basic wind noise and wheel clatter on the track would would have improved the sense of movement. So it's I did keep me my expectations low on the sound design front anyway, but it's just classic Dovetail. Everything looks nice, but it doesn't play. It doesn't really play nice. So I think a lot of people will be sitting now with bated breath, awaiting the day that Armstrong Powerhouse can fix the train with their EP. Not unless Dovetail can fix what's wrong with it. So here we are at Four Oaks anyway. We've got a bay platform here for reversal of certain services during the day. Got a wooden waiting shelter here. I think there's a multi-storey car park outside here as well. Well, say multi-storey, it's only about 2 floors by the looks of it, or 1 floor. There's a church out here. That looks quite nice. So we'll keep going because I want to have a look at the rest of the route and see how the scenarios play out. Had warning for an upcoming 35 limit, and we're now on a downward gradient. So I need to watch the train speed. I will say it's been quite challenging keeping to time. But it certainly doesn't feel very engaging. So we're just about to enter Sutton Coldfield Station. Let's have a look at the station building at here. That looks quite nice. I like the wooden footbridge as well. I haven't got any detail in. Just No interior detail. Like the brickwork again. And the railings there, that's quite good. Next station stop is at Wild Green, it's about a mile away. There have been a couple of iterations of the Cross City line in earlier years in regards to train simulation. There was the section between Redditch and New Street for BVE, and there was also the Lichfield to Redditch section for Microsoft Train Simulator as well. I think the 323 in Microsoft Train Simulator has more definition to the sounds than this. I think if I were to compare the sounds between the 3 iterations of the 323 across the different simulations, I would say the BVE ones are probably the best. Even though the traction motor whine is clearly synthesized, you still have you still have more definition in the sounds, like the track rumble and all sorts. All the stuff that gives you the sense of movement. So here we are at Wild Green. Just a corrugated iron shelter here. This one has wheelchair access with the ramp. I like the small ticket office here. Looks quite nice. Next station stop is at Chester Road, which is just under a mile away. As you get closer to Birmingham, I think the distance between the stations gets shorter as well. Just found out there that once you put the train into emergency, you can't release the controls until the train has come to a complete stop. Similar sort of appearance as the last station. Corrugated iron waiting shelters. No major station building, really. Okay, so here we are at Erdington. Got a nice brick building here with a wooden canopy. Bus type waiting shelter on the other side as well. Let's get a going away shot here. So the next station stop is at Gravelly Hill. Just have to pull forward a little bit. Traction motors didn't even wind down then, they just simply dropped. I'm still not all the way in the platform there. Never mind. Let's have a look. Fairly basic brick building up here. Platform access just by the footbridge. Next station stop is at Aston now, just about a mile away. And we've got a 50 miles an hour speed limit coming up now. And we're speeding now. Let's slow down to 40 in a minute as well. Now I've got to slow down to 20. So here we are, Aston. So look out here. Then we're on a elevated station. Got some different brickwork here, which looks quite nice. Got a lift shaft there as well. Let's just have a quick look at the railway bridge. That looks quite good. Lost points for being late there. Not too fussed about that. Nice brick weight and shelter on this side. Again on the other side as well. So we've got about 2 miles to go to Birmingham New Street now. We can now speed up to 70. Just past the class 350-0, which is also included with the route. You also get an EWS 66 as well included. Three 350s don't work don't usually work the cross city line. Well, it is nice to see that they have been included, just to give you a nice deal of rolling stock, give people something different to try out. I think it's the same 350 which came with the West Coast Mainline South London to Birmingham route, which I also just recently picked up. So I'll be doing a video on that in due course. Now down to 50 miles per hour, and in a moment we're going to have to slow down to 30. A steep 1 in 50 gradient here. I don't like how the traction motor just randomly cuts in and out when you're idling in power, or when you're coasting rather. So we're downhill into New Street. Have to slow it right down to 10 miles an hour now, which is a blanket speed restriction for New Street because of the complex point work. Had some lights just blinked on the instruments there, just faded away. At least the 350 has some track joint sounds. They don't sound great, but at least they're there. Been routed into 12A here. So we'll stop the train about here. Looks like we're going to be coupling up to the unit in front of us. And we'll just quickly have a look at New Street. I think this is the same model as the one that came in West Coast Mainline South. And press finally pause brake button. There we go. So New Street is probably one of the most substantial stations on the route. Interchange for many destinations. That looks quite nice. Like the reflection on the glass there as well. multi-storey car park in there with photographs of cars being parked there. I've only ever been to Birmingham once in my lifetime, and even then that was to the NEC at Birmingham International for a model railway exhibition when I was quite young. I was about 10 then when we went. Right, we'll go back to the train. Just have a quick look at the timetable. Yeah, so we've got to couple up to this unit and then call. Right, in order to be ready for the rush hour, you now have to couple up to the unit in front, as this extra capacity will be needed when the train returns. And there's just a passenger just walking through our train now. Yep, just click through the train. Request permission to pass the signal to proceed. Right, okay. Let's press tab. Signal approved. Got the calling on indication there, just to confirm that we have permission to proceed. Okay, so we can now change ends now. Oh, I've got to release the passenger doors again. Right, okay. Press, just turn off the lights here as well, and then if we just press Control minus, get ourselves into the front cab, set the train cab up again. Headlight flare is quite strong. Destination blind is set, so we don't need to set it. Just have a quick look at the cab. If I just pause it here. Cab looks quite nice. Wagons have done a nice job with this. Yeah, good texturing, good 3D model all around. Just unpause the game. See if we can open up the windows. I doubt we can. No, I can't open up the windows. Only got 2 camera angles, that's fine. This one is slightly higher up. Do actually like the tea stains there on the destination panel. So if we've got any clickable spots, and we can't change the destination blind by entering codes. So guard buzzer on the second man side. no clickable elements here. So I think we've just got quite a basic train in terms of functionality. I do think it is nice that we do have the added setup procedure. Nice change of pace from the usual dovetail standard. I also like that the DSD, even though we haven't heard it very much, is mapped to E now as well, rather than have it on the same button as the AWS. So when you acknowledge the AWS, you hear the button being pressed, and then when you acknowledge the DSD, you hear the foot pedal being depressed. Line speed is now 20, and we're climbing up to 5 ways. It's now increasing to 30. So we're over halfway now. We've also got to remember to stop at the right at the end of the platform now with our 6-car formation. So here we are at 5 ways. Let's have a look out here. I think utilitarian is the best term to describe the cross-city stations. I do like the, I think entrance building looks okay. Would have been nice to see a station sign, I think, though. Don't know whether there is one outside in real life. I imagine there would be one. I like the reflection in the windows there as well on the footbridge. That looks quite good. Nice detailing in there. Got help points there, and we've got some silver metal seats there for a change. So we'll get going now. And the vigilance device just went off there, because we had the train stuck in forwards. Next up is University Station. With Birmingham in brackets, which indicates the station is for Birmingham University. Okay, so we can now do 50. We'll say it is amazing how many stations we've stopped at so far. So we're coming up on our 17th station. To be honest, I really don't care about the points because we're already running extremely late, I think. Actually, we're not running too late, we're only about a couple of minutes down, but we've lost quite a bit of points anyway, so... Now running alongside, I believe, the Birmingham Canal. Got a green banner repeater there. So here we are at University. That's the station signage there. We've got the flower beds from Lichfield City. Let's just have a quick look at the canal. Got a narrow boat there as well, which is nice to see. Is it the same narrow boat? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's the same narrow boat model. At least they've gone out of the way to populate it, so that's nice to see. I suppose just to go back to the sounds rather quickly, I've just noticed that they do have the generator rumble and the odd brake hiss from the trains. Okay, so here we are at Selly Oak. Got modern style footbridge here, excuse me, with lifts, with lift shafts there. quick look at the station building, if there is one. Yeah, it's another basic affair here. So our next station stop is at Bourneville now, which is home to the Cadbury chocolate factory. Interestingly, the factory used to have its own rail system inside and used to be linked to the main line as well, for shipment of materials and so on. Flashing double yellow. Platform's quite tight here. Yeah, we'll stop about here. I do actually like immediately noticing that the other railings and stuff are in Cadbury purple, same type of purple that they use on the chocolate wrappers. That's a nice little line work feature as well. Mary Vale Road. That looks quite nice, that. Got the train there and the narrow boat there on the side on the canal. Just have a quick look around here. It's got basic weight and shelter on this side, and again on this side. I think that's supposed to be the factory there. That looks quite good. So Kings Norton will be our 20th station, and after that it's Northfield, Longbridge, and then we are running non-stop to Bromsgrove. I'm struggling to climb this gradient. And we do have some added weight with the extra 3 carriages. Slowing down to 30 miles per hour now. And diverging onto the slow lines now. Okay, so here we are at Kings Norton. Again, a very tight stopping space there for the platform. Actually, to be honest, it's not that tight. I just stopped a little bit too late there, I think. Oh, but actually, I haven't said that. It is rather tight there, isn't it? That's where the railings are there. Just have a quick look out here. That looks quite nice. Very, very, very tight car park there. Just a very basic station sign there. Let's have a look on the other side. Platforms in the centre are disused. Again, very basic detailing. That's the entrance from the other side. So next stop is Northfield. Got about 8 miles to go to Bromsgrove. So I know this video has been quite long, but just wanted to try something a bit different, really. Try to be a bit more current. Line speed is now 70. Okay, so here we're at Northfield. This is set in a residential area. Like the building there. Got lifts there to the station as well. Got a bit of terrain clipping through the subway. It wouldn't let me actually walk through the subway because of that. So the camera just shoot up through there. I like the dilapidated state of the platform there. There should be some sculptures up on here, but apparently it was too difficult for the modelers to put in, so they had to do a compromise. So it's not too bad. I'm not really fussed about that, but I think it might be nice to see. Even if it wasn't a 3D model, they could have probably compromised with a 2D one. Really. So we'll move on to Longbridge now. And then after Longbridge, we've got the challenge of or after we pass through Barnt Green, we've got the major challenge of the Licky Incline. Just had advance warning for an upcoming 45 miles per hour speed restriction. And I've just overshot there. Just by a little bit, not too much. We've still got all the doors in the platform at least. Longbridge, the home of Bourneville College. Station is quite basic. Next up will be Bromsgrove, end of a shift. Very basic station detailing around here. Don't know if it was don't know if there should be a station sign there. British Rail Sign's a 3D model. Right, let's get moving. Subject to a 20 miles an hour limit now for the crossover. And we can now open the taps and see if we can get the train up to the top speed of 90. And we've got about 6 miles to go to Bromsgrove, which is the longest gap between station stops in the entire scenario. There's the 66. Some log wagons. Just going to do a trackside shot. I haven't really had the chance to do one in this video. Just want to see what the fading effects are like. Okay, so the fading sounds were quite good there. Didn't abruptly cut in or out. Had some, just picked up some faint wheel noise now. So there might be some underlying technical problems. But even if that was the case, I'm still not impressed with the sounds. Now passing through Barnes Green, which prior to electrification of the line to Bromsgrove, it was the only place on the network where an electrified single track branch line joined a then non-electrified double track main line. And we're about to encounter the Licky incline, which is longest continuous sustained gradient in which is the most sustained railway gradient in the country at 1 in 37 for about 2 miles. Got sort of right down to 75. Got to really watch our speed here. Just let the train coast for a little bit. So we're right down to 40 miles per hour now. So we prepare to stop at Bromsgrove platform 3. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly look at the station before we actually come to a stop, because I don't think we'll have very long dwell time here. I really do like this look of the building here. Done a nice job with this one. Looks all very sleek and modern. Of course, this is the relocated Bromsgrove station. This isn't the original one. The new one was planned since 2007, and I think it opened in 2011-ish. With a view for it to become a branch terminus of the cross-city route. Okay, so we've got some basic... we've got the stairs that lead up into the ceiling there, but I think I can get away with that. Actually, that does seem a bit weird there. Yeah, like the stairs is clipping... the stairs further up is like clipping through. Then again, I don't think I could have sloped the ceiling up a bit, I don't think. Then again, it's not really something you're going to look at anyway. Got a nice modern footbridge anyway, with the lift shafts there as well. Got some more modern metal seats. Again, the station echoing the same sort of facilities that all of the intermediate stations have had on the route. Yeah, all in all, I think I've done a decent job there. Job here. Looks quite good. Right, so we'll go back to the train now and get this video ended. Okay, so here we are at Bromsgrove, so we'll just wait for the instruction to clear. This is probably the worst I've done in any scenario I've done for a very long time. It's about 4,000 points. But again, I don't really play career scenarios, and it's not something I'm particularly fussed about, to be honest. It's the simulation of the rolling stock I'm more interested in. So yeah, we can sign off now. We deserve a break. Right, okay. Because I was a complete idiot during that entire run, I neglected to do the passenger view. So this is the passenger view of the Class 323. It's very basic, and this is the only viewing angle. I will say that the field of view is a bit too far out, so you can only really zoom in and out. I do like the detailing in the seat maquette. I think that's quite nice, and it's a decent model. Lighting looks okay as well, and you can only move the camera so far around. So yeah, that's the passenger view of the 323. Nothing special and pretty much cheap and cheerful. Right, so as far as first impressions go, I think the route looks really nice. I like all the assets that have been used and the little details in the stations. So the developers have done a good job on the scenery side of things. The route also performs rather well, and I didn't notice any big frame drops. The 323 itself also looks quite good. There is some basic functionality. It drives okay as well, with its typical fast acceleration and very strong brakes. But the sounds, I'm afraid, don't sound very good. The train itself sounds glitchy, and the run sounds themselves lack any form of definition. And I really do think that Dovetail could have done better with some existing assets. I would very much like to see, obviously, Armstrong Powerhouse do an EP for the Class 323. But this is all really dependent on the situation we find ourselves in at the moment, and also whether or not AP can get the permissions from the right people as well. The route is certainly recommended if you like to do any intensive stop and start passenger services, though I would, if you are going to get it, I would probably wait for a bigger price drop, and I don't really think it's worth full price. So I feel kind of sorry because the visuals are good, but the 323 just doesn't sound really well, and it just kills the immersion. So that's what I'm most disappointed in. But apart from that, I would like to know your thoughts in the comments below, so please feel free to drop one down below. And I would also like to thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall see you next time.